Hi, welcome to K97 Media. My name is Korak. I am a full-stack software developer, and today I would like to talk about what is GitHub, why do we need GitHub. After a short description, which I will show it in the next slide, I will start jumping into the website, showing you every single thing you need and what to do or how to work with them the best way possible. So if you are a beginner, if you know a little bit about GitHub, this will be the right video for you to watch, and learn all the skills you need to work comfortably on GitHub. And also I would like to ask those people who are their first time on my channel, I am so happy that you find my channel. So I am sharing tips and tutorials about programming and coding in general. I will try to release new videos at least every 2 weeks or even less than that. So please subscribe my channel, like my videos. First of all, you will be notified whenever I will release a new video. As soon as I release it, you will be notified. Second of all, while my channel is kind of small, you're gonna help me grow my channel and motivate me to make better content and better videos for you guys, which I wish that I can help you in your path to learn programming or become a programmer. And also, if any of you have any question, any suggestion, I would be more than happy to hear it. Write it in the comments below. I will answer as soon as possible. And also follow my social accounts, the link in the description. There you can share anything you would like to share in private messages with me, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Without further ado, let's just jump right in. Before we start getting into the website and see how actual things are working, I would like to give a short description about GitHub. Then we learn in details the functionality and how everything is working on GitHub. First, what is GitHub? GitHub is a hosting and collaborating platform which works also as a storage and version control for many millions of softwares and projects around the world. You can put your project or software or your codes on GitHub to be saved and backed up there, and also to control different versions of your project. Also, it's a 100% free to use. You don't need any codes at all. All you need is opening an account, a user account, and save your code there. Before I start about why GitHub, I want to mention skills in GitHub. Having a GitHub account is one of the most important thing that every programmer should have. The reasons for that I will be explaining in why GitHub. So why GitHub? First of all, it's the biggest and most famous platform in development or software developing community. Anyone that have to do something with programming know at least what GitHub is and how it's used. Second, it helps you to get to know other developers. As I said, it's a storage and users have user accounts on it. So you as a user open your account there and push your code, put your code or save your code inside the account, and our users are doing the same. Then you can go check their work, check their code. If you have a better solution for a bug or an error that they may have, you can suggest it and they will accept it if they like it. And same goes for other people who will visit your account. So in that case, you have communications with other developers and you get to know them and their work. Find open source projects on GitHub. As I said, it's a big platform with many users and many softwares and projects saved in it, and most of them are open, shared. There are some privates, but most of them are open and called open source. For those who don't know what open source projects are, open source projects are those projects that gonna get shared and opened to the community from the developers or the teams that created the project. In that case, everyone is free to use or edit the project in any kind of case. So there are many open source projects, and you can check them, use them, or collaborate with them, which will help you find things you need easier and also gain a lot of skills. Show your abilities. You can show your abilities on GitHub because you make your code or project published so people can see your work, and that's why it's one of the most important things to have as a programmer, especially if you are seeking a job. That way you can show them what you can do because they can come and see your code, get help, and help others. Like I said before, people will come to see your project, so you can say, hey, I have a problem, that's the issue in the project, anyone can help. If they have a solution, they will most likely suggest it for you, and then you can accept it and use it in your code. Same goes to the other people. They have problems with their project, their code is not working, they put an issue, and you can go and help them. And also, while you have the code there, whenever you have a problem, something is not working, you have a bug or something like that, then you can use a link to the code and show it to someone else who can go and check it, give you a suggestion about the code. So here we are in the web. I'm gonna take every single step that a new user that was never happened to be on GitHub may take, starting from creating a user account and fixing maybe some settings and getting the first file or project uploaded to GitHub step by step. And as a part of examples, I'm gonna be sharing a look at my own GitHub account, how things are, and how your account may look like after some time on GitHub. So we will be start searching by writing GitHub in the search panel. Sorry if the sound of my keyboard is annoying you. I will do my best to take it out from the voice when I edit it, but if it still annoys you, I'm really sorry about that. My mic is kind of near the keyboard, so that's why the sound may kinda be annoying. When we write GitHub in Google, your search result may differ, but you need to look for this title and also this link, github.com. You click in, go in, new user on GitHub. What you will see is this welcoming page. As I explained it before, you will see on their page also, there's plus 59 million developers, plus 3 million organizations, and plus 100 million of repositories. Repository is a big folder or big box that gonna represent your project and may have different parts, which we will all explain in later when we get into the steps. Now I'm gonna get to sign up a new account. I already have one, but to take you guys through every single step that a new user may have to do on GitHub, I'm gonna sign in or sign up as a new user. First, you can write your email here. I'm using kind of fake email because I'm gonna be deleting or deactivating the account later. I don't need to use this one. You will click on sign up. You may choose any name that you want, which I suggest to be your real name or any name that you may like. For example, I'm just gonna use Korak, my name, and also because it's a username, you can have to add a unique name. For that, I'm gonna put K97 Media so I can sign in or sign up, sorry. Here you will be adding a password. You can check this box so you will get newsletters and advertisement that's related to GitHub and GitHub products. I don't need to check that. Here you need to click verify that you are not a robot. It says pick a galaxy, do that. Yeah, we are verified. We can click create account. After that, it's gonna ask you what kind of work you do mainly. That's not a really important thing to choose any of those. It's just kind of like to know what kind of users they have. So I'm just gonna put software engineer. How much programming experience do you have? You can use any of these that you like. I'm just put a little or a lot, anything you like. What do you plan to use GitHub? Here you can select more than one. I like to learn to code, learn Git and GitHub, host a project, create a website with GitHub page. Yeah, you can choose those three. I thought I can choose the more than three, but it seems like I can't. You can choose any of those things that you like, and then here you can write any kind of keywords that you may love. I'm gonna say coding, then by pushing spacebar it's gonna be added. Programming, I guess that's enough for now. We say complete setup, then it's gonna say that it send you an email. Now I verified my email through my tablet, so now we will go inside GitHub. So, as the first part, when we get inside GitHub, we get this page. There are many different things around. I can't explain every single thing, I'm just gonna explain the most important ones. The most important one is this button. The most important button is this one, create a repository. As I said, repository, you can describe it as a box that gonna hold your file or project or software, and then you can make different parts inside it. When you create a repository, first it's gonna be normally you, then you can choose a name for your repository. I'm just gonna say test repo. You can choose any name, there's no restrictions. Then a description, you can write a small description what your repository is about, what does it have, for people who gonna see your repository somewhere. I'm just gonna say this is a test repo for learning. Then you can choose if your repository gonna be public or private. By public, that means, as they explained down below, anyone on the internet can see this repository, but you still can control who will be able to commit, which means add or edit the codes you have in the repository. Or you will choose as a private, and you can control every single thing on that repository, from adding people who are authorized to edit codes to letting people do different things on different stuff. Then you can add a Readme file as the first default. The Readme file that you add from here gonna have the description inside it as a default, but you can edit that later. You can add a git ignore file. Git ignore file is a file that is used to ignore the pushes from Git, which I will make a new video about it, because it's a really amazing tool and gonna help you a lot, especially with using GitHub. So maybe I will make a video about Git and how to use Git soon. Then you can choose a license also. There are many different licenses. From here you can choose, as you guys may see, many different licenses are available. One of the most important ones are MIT license, which make your project or software an open source. Everyone can use it and edit it in any way they love and want without paying anything. So the software will be 100% free. After doing all of those, you can just say create a repository. That's a new thing they added on GitHub. I'm just saying got it. So this is gonna be the first thing that you see whenever you come into a repository. I'm gonna show you more detailed repositories example later, but for now we will not be doing a lot right now with this repository, kind of, because I want to show you some other stuff, and then we're gonna come back to show you guys how to add files. In order to go to our profile, we have two different ways when we are in a repository. First, we can click the first part of the name of our repository to go to our profile, or we come up on here, click it, there's a drop down list, and say we want to go to our repository. Our profile. This is a basic profile of anyone who have a GitHub account. Now it looks so empty because we didn't do anything in it, but I'm going to explain the different parts of the profile, the important ones, and then time after time you work, you get stuff on your profile. So first of all, this is the profile picture you have. You can change that in the settings. I don't want to make the videos so long by going into every single detail. I'm just gonna show the important steps you may need, and if you guys love, write down in the comment, and I will make another tutorial, a deep tutorial, step by step, doing every single thing that you may do on GitHub. But for this one, because it's just an example for beginners and to show what GitHub is and how to use it and start with it, I don't want to let the video be so long. So one of the most amazing new feature they added to GitHub recently is a dark mode, which I really love. Now I didn't turn it on because I didn't want to distract you guys or any kind of things like that. But whenever you are on your profile, there's that small part. I can select it actually. That small part on the right is a button and you can push it. That's gonna change the theme of your GitHub to dark or light theme. So if I click it now, it's gonna change it to a dark theme. And if I click it back again, it's gonna change it back again to a light theme. The second important part is this part, pins, this whole section. If I can select it, this whole section is called pins. Here you can show the repositories you have, the projects you have to the community. So whenever they come, those gonna be like your headlines that people will see. Here is a contribution box on every single contribution. Contribution is whenever you change a code, even if it's a one single letter or a bunch of line or files, and you push it back to GitHub, then it's gonna be shown here. As you guys see, it says 3 contributions last year. We already created the repository, which we will see also down below. In that creation process, we created different stuff which counted as contributions, and that's why we have 3 contributions. The down part is more detailed about the history of you as a user on GitHub. Here, as you can see, created one comment in one repository. That's the one that we already created, like as the first one. Then the other history stuff, that your history record on GitHub, and down below some other links that you may time to time check, but actually you don't use them that much. Then the second part is that repository section, which is one of the most important. Here, when you come in, you get all the repositories that you have. As many as you have, you get all them in a list. I'm gonna show you those things, how it's gonna look after some time you work on GitHub. The later video, in the later section, actually, when I show you guys my own GitHub account, there you can, when you come in the repositories section, you can click a repository to go inside the repository or make any change inside it, or you can create a new one by this green button on the right. This one is to create a new repository, and it's just the same steps we took to create the first one. Now, if we want to upload, we have this repository, and if we want to upload any file or data that we may like to inside our repository, what we will do. Sorry, I went away for a few seconds, let's say, because I was away more than a few seconds. I will just cut the video. Sorry for the cut. To be more precise, I needed to find some files, code files, in order to show you how you guys upload a file or a code inside GitHub account or GitHub repository. So you click on the test or the name of the repo, you come into this part. There are many bunch of other stuff which gonna take a lot of time if I want to explain everything to you. So here I'm gonna just show you adding a new file or folders or anything you like and editing one. As I said, if you guys wanted me to make a full tutorial and take every single step deeply and talk about every single thing deeply, please let me know down below the comments or send me on my social accounts, which you can find the links in the description. For adding a new file, we can say add a file. Then we have 2 choices. By clicking upload a file, we will be given this new page which tell us drag a file or choose from your file. You can click choose from your file, and then you will be having an opened window which you can choose any file you want, or you can just drag file inside this box. I'm gonna drag a file from my second screen to here. This is a file that I already have. We wait for it to be uploaded. Then here we can write a commit message, just a message to explain why we did add that file and what does it do. That's gonna be the title for your message, and then the descriptions, what you did in details. There's two options down below, whether you push this to the master branch or you create a new branch. And branch is a copy of all your code inside the repository. So we get a default branch created whenever we create a repository as a main branch. Then whenever we want to, like, maybe our project is at a good level and we say, yeah, we will leave this as a version 1 and we put version 2, we can create a new branch for version 2. That's kinda more advanced. I don't want to get into that right now. So you need to choose the main branch, commit directly to the main branch, so the change will be added directly into your main branch, and click commit change. It will take a few minutes or seconds maybe. Then you will see the file inside here. So when you come back again, that's the first place you will come into your repositories. Here you can choose branch if you have one, see only one. If you have more, you're gonna see more branch. I'm gonna show you that on my own GitHub account, because I have projects which have many branches. I can show you more about that clearly there. And now, whenever you add a file, please make sure to have the right extension. Like, for example, this is home.view, which is a Vue.js file, to get the correct syntax highlighting files. So now you can click any of these files if you want to see inside. You click it, you get all your code inside, and you can change or edit any code that you may want. Now to go back to the main page of the repository, you click the name of your repository, you go back again to the main page. Now, in order to show you how you edit a file inside the GitHub, which I don't recommend because you can't test the things you edited. That way you may cause a really big error in your project or software. It's always better to edit your stuff on your PC and just push or add the files whenever you think there's no error anymore. But you can always change and edit any file inside your GitHub. For that, you click the name of the file, then that's gonna be the file content you have. This file, a readme file .md, is a markdown file which will be shown as a instruction file for your repository or software. Everyone that comes in will read the file and know what to do or how to use the software you have. You can click this trash can to delete the file, or click the pen to edit a file. As we are now here, you can see we get a nice basic code editor which we can add or delete anything. Here I'm gonna add a new big title saying hello world, and then a smaller title, we are editing our file first time ever. Yay! After we finished from editing, just like we added the file, we can say commit the change, as I said, to the main branch directly, or create a new branch for the new commit. We say commit change, then as you guys see, we have the new things we added directly in our repository. And then to show you another part of the GitHub platform is you can click your profile picture on the side. Here you can see all your repositories or projects or stars or guests. I may talk about that in the later videos or series if you guys want me to create everything in detail. Now we go to the settings to kind of show you what kind of settings you can do or what some stuff are. Here you can add a new profile picture, edit your name, add a public email so people can contact you, add a bio, small bio of what you are doing on here, add a link to your website so people can check, username of Twitter, the company that you may work in, and any informations about you. Then down below you have this checkbox says include my private contributions on my profile. That means if you have a private repository and you add some stuff, do you want GitHub to show them like that you added stuff in that repository also on your profile or not? Then you can say if you are available or seeking a job or not, and choose which language you prefer to speak. Then on the other side we have account, which have some different settings and other settings. Right now if I go inside them, each one gonna be too long for the video. By that I kinda showed you the basics, how you open a user account, how you open your first repository, and how to add files inside the repository. This can be used for any file, any project you have. You can just push everything inside here. It's gonna be stored here and backed up for you forever, and then people can see it and help you if you have any problem. And also you can see every single change you do to the profile and always go back to the change you did before. If you did make a mistake, you can always go back the change before and use that again. By that I'm gonna cut this video and I will delete the account and get back to you, and I will start showing you my own GitHub account in order to show you how things may look after some time of using GitHub. So we are back. As you guys see, I do have a dark theme on my account. This is a self-loving thing. I love dark themes overall. I have it over all my devices and things. This is my GitHub profile. Feel free to follow me or check my projects on here. Also, I put a link in the descriptions for the channel's GitHub account. Later on, whenever I create a course or a series of tutorials about a programming language or whatever you guys love me to do, can ask me in the comments or on my social media page that I put the links in the description also, and I will be creating for you guys. And every single code or program or anything that we will be creating inside those tutorials, I will be publishing it on the channel's GitHub account for you guys to always have a reference to it and know what to do with it. And also another good point about the GitHub account for the channel is that I'm gonna put cheat sheets about many different languages. Already there's one. I'm gonna put more inside for you to help you when you are coding. It shows you the most needed commands or lines of code and what they do and how they maybe help. So let me not talk that much, bother you guys. I'm gonna show you quick how the profile looks, how things are. As I said, the pinned location, you will show your repositories or things you like to people to notice about you in the pinned location. As you may see, I already have two repositories and one gist. The first repository, CL Rotten, is a tool I created for encrypting and decrypting files. CPG is a color palette generator application to generate colors. The first version is released, but it's still at the beginning level, so I will be happy if you guys check it out and suggest any changes that I may do. And then, as you may guys see, the contribution place is not that empty as the other account. I have contributed 871. I guess it will be better if I change the theme to the light again so you guys see better. I contributed 871 contribution, and that's how everything sees. The blank ones are the days or dates that you didn't contribute or do any change, and then the green ones from light to darker is the date that you did most contributions. So the darkest means that you did the most and the lighter means that you did nothing. Then you get this nice graphical part to show you how many commits you did if you did any code reviews, if you added any issues or made any pull requests. And also the history part, which mine is kind of more longer because I have been about 2 years now on GitHub. Then that's some informations about me, my name, a little bio about me, my followers and who I am following, and then some other informations about me. As I said, from here you can go to the repositories. Now I can go to the repositories. I may blur out some repository names because of security, and they are private repositories. So when you come in the repository, as you guys see, I have a lot of repositories inside here, and the ones that you make private, it will be having a tag kind of saying it's a private repository which no one else can see except yourself or the people that you allow to see the profile or the repository. In order to show you how kind of advanced repository will look, I'm gonna show you the CL Rotten project. It's, as I said, it's a tool, command line tool that encrypt and decrypt texts and files based on deciphering and ciphering. As you guys see here, I have two brands. Here I can change the different brands. I have main and GUI. That's the brands that I recently created because I was trying to create a graphical user interface for the tool, but I didn't have that much time working on it. That way, as you guys see, I have the main branch, which is the latest release or latest code with no error and does not have any problems. Everyone can use it, and while I'm trying to work on the graphical user interface, I don't want to cause errors in the main code, which may some people use it. So I created a new branch and I am coding inside there. Whatever I am coding inside there will not have anything to do here until I merge the two branches whenever I want. Then the Readme file, as I said, it's an instruction file for the people who come into your repository to see it. As you guys see, my Readme file is explaining everything, how the tool will look, what it's doing, how to use it with different commands that you need to give to use the tool. It's kind of long one, and then little information for people who may like to contribute or suggest me some edit in the code. I just mentioned that they can push or suggest the codes on the main branch. So now I'm back on my GitHub profile. So now this is the end of the video. I hope you guys liked my video and I kinda helped you to get a look inside GitHub and to know what is it. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe the channel, like the video, so the new videos that I will release, you will be notified whenever they are released. And also make sure to follow me on the social accounts, which are going to be shown on the corner, and also the link to them are in the descriptions of the video. Follow them so you will always be up to date with my newses that I publish, what I am doing, how I am producing, how I am creating the videos. And also you can participate from my social accounts, my social page, in telling me how the next video should be, how does it have to look. If you have any suggestions, any questions, I will be more than happy to answer you there and be in contact with you guys. Or you can simply write it in comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So wish you guys a nice time.